What's going on, everyone? My name is Erik Allen. I am the host of the Erik Allen Show, and it's been a long time since I've done a solo episode, and that's what this is. I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite books on personal development ever written. It's by John Maxwell. It's the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth, and I'm going to cover all 15 laws. I'm going to give you some action items to go and pursue and take action on so that you can grow. But I would highly encourage you to go check out the book. There's a link in the notes. Go buy this book if you haven't already. It is a life-changing book in both business and life. So make sure you go get it today. Let's check it out. See, growth doesn't just happen by accident. It requires intention, discipline, and the right mindset. Law number one, the law of intention. Growth doesn't just happen. Growth is not automatic. You absolutely have to be intentional with every action. Stop waiting for the right time. Have you ever met someone who thought that by getting older, they were getting wiser, they were growing? Here's the hard truth for some of you out there. Age does not equal growth. If you want to improve your life in any area, you have to be intentional about it. We need to think about personal growth like we're going to a gym. If you want stronger muscles, you can't just hope for it. So you actually have to create a plan. Then you actually have to show up. And then you actually have to do the work, put in the action. The same goes for personal development. Now, I want you to pull out your pen and pull out your pad of paper, and I want you to take some notes because I'm going to give you some action items throughout this podcast. And I want you to identify for this law, what's an area that you need growth in, whether that's career or personal relationships or business relationships or finances. What is one small action that you can take today to grow in those areas? Let's talk about law number two, the law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. You have to have clarity on your strengths, your weaknesses, and your purpose. Those are the key. And growth really begins with self-reflection. Write it down in a journal, do a voice note, take notes, figure out what those strengths are, what those weaknesses are, what is your purpose. Now, something I have on my wall over here is goals, dreams, and purpose, and I reflect on those every single day. I would encourage you to do something similar. Now, most people actually live their entire lives without truly understanding themselves, what they're passionate about, what holds them back, and where is it that they're supposed to go? What is it they're supposed to do? Think of the app on your phone for Apple Maps or Google Maps, right? If you don't know the starting point, it doesn't matter where you want to go, you're going to get lost. Self-awareness is your starting point. So here's the action step. Ask yourself these questions. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What is it that excites you, that gets you fired up every single day when you wake up? Write these down, reflect on them. Law number three, the law of the mirror. See, you must see value in yourself in order to be able to add value to yourself. Self-worth determines your personal growth, whereas negative self-talk limits your success in all areas of life. We cannot outperform our self-image. If you do not believe that you're worthy of growth, then you're going to sabotage yourself all day long. Now, most of us listening to this episode or this podcast has been in some way, shape, or form in sales at some point in their life. Imagine trying to sell a product that you don't actually believe in. It's impossible. The same is true for personal growth. Believe in your own value and you'll start investing in your personal growth. Here's another action step for you. I want you to write down 3 affirmations and repeat them daily. This could be as simple as I am capable, I am worthy, and I am growing every day. Law number 4, the law of reflection. Learning to pause allows growth to catch up to you. See, we don't grow from experiences. We actually grow from reflecting on those experiences. And one thing that we've heard over and over again throughout our lifetime is busy does not mean productive. See, many people actually stay busy, but they never actually grow. If you don't take time to reflect, you're going to continue to make those same mistakes over and over again and miss opportunities for improvement. So a great example of this is, have you ever felt completely drained, burnt out, overwhelmed at the end of your day, but then realized that you didn't actually accomplish anything? I believe that's a sign that you need to pause and reflect. Look, here's an action item for you. At the end of your day, I want you to take just 5 to 10 minutes every single day, and I want you to write down, what did you learn today? What is it that you could do better? Law 5, the law of consistency. See, motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you going. So we have to realize that small daily habits build long term success. Growth is not about intensity as much as we want to say it is. It's not. It's more about consistency. It's not about making these gigantic leaps. It's about taking daily, small, consistent actions. Think about it like brushing your teeth. You don't just brush your teeth one time and expect your teeth to always be clean and always be looking good. Now, I'm 45 years old and I'm yet to have a cavity, and I'll brag on that all day long, right? But listen, you have to put in the work. You can't just brush your teeth once. Go out there. I'm not a dentist. Go brush your teeth for 2 minutes a day in the morning and 2 minutes a day at night, and do some flossing, and you should be good, right? Like, quit eating the junk food, eat the good stuff. But it's those small daily habits that you put into action that will bring you success. All right, so here's the next action item. I want you to commit to a growth habit for the next 30 days. I don't care if that's reading or journaling or exercising, or maybe it's taking your wife or your husband out on a date or taking your kids out on a date. Just be consistent. Law number 6, the law of environment. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. We have to realize that who we spend our time with determines our growth. We also have to realize that your environment should inspire you. It should not drain you. So if you're in a toxic work environment where you're just getting drained every day, take a step back, right? Realize there's better options out there. If you want to grow, you absolutely have to make sure that you put yourself in an environment that supports that. People, places, and habits. And we've all heard this before, but you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. So if you hang around with 5 broke, negative people in your life, guess what? You're the 6th. Surround yourself with people that challenge and inspire you to grow in all areas of life. Law number 7, the law of design. To maximize growth, develop strategies for it. Look, if you don't plan your growth, you're going to default to whatever life decides to throw at you. What a growth plan needs is goals, learning, and accountability. Again, to repeat what I said at the very beginning, growth doesn't just happen. You absolutely need to have a plan. Just like a business, if they don't have a plan, they're going to fail. It's the same for personal growth. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. Law number 8, the law of pain. Good management of bad experiences leads to great growth. We all know this to be true. Growth really happens most often during challenges, not during moments or seasons of comfort. We have to understand that how we handle setbacks is going to absolutely determine our future. See, I'm a big believer in the choose your own adventure, right? You get to choose your own adventure in life, and pain can either break you or it can build you. Which one are you going to choose? Now, I've also been blessed to never break a bone in my life in 45 years. But I do understand that when you do break a bone, it builds back stronger. It grows back stronger. See, pain, when it's handled correctly, can make you stronger. Law number 9, the law of the ladder. Character growth determines personal growth. We need to understand that success is built on character, definitely not talent. Now, we always have to prioritize integrity, honesty, and humility. See, you might have the skills to get the job, but your character is what determines your long-term success. I want to get back to our action steps here. I want you to choose one character trait: honesty, discipline, and humility, and work on one of those. Reflect on it, write it down, journal about it, review it each day, work on that consistently every day. Law number 10, the law of the rubber band. See, growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you could be. Comfort zones kill growth. In life, if you want to grow in any area, you have to get out of your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable all the time. As much as you can, get uncomfortable, because that's where you're going to grow the most. You have to stretch yourself to new levels every day. Not every once in a while, every day. Put yourself in a position where you could stretch and you can grow every single day. We have to realize that comfort zones kill potential. Always. Get uncomfortable. I want to say that over and over again. Get uncomfortable. Like a rubber band, you need to realize that tension is where you grow, right? If you're not stretching, you're not growing. All right, here's an action step for you. I want you to do something uncomfortable this week. Maybe it's public speaking. Maybe it's networking. Maybe it's trying something new, a new habit or new skill. But I want you to get uncomfortable this week, and I want you to reflect on that and journal it. What was your experience like? Reflect on that. What areas of growth do you need? But do something uncomfortable this week for your action item. Law 11, the law of the trade-offs. You must give up to grow up. Growth requires sacrifice. Like maybe it's time, maybe it's money, maybe it's habits, maybe it's relationships, but growth requires sacrifice. And if we want to grow, we have to let go of what is holding us back. All right, action step here. I want you to identify one habit, mindset, or commitment that you could trade in for something better. Write that down, reflect on it. That's how you grow. Law 12, the law of growth. See, growth is fueled by asking why. Have you ever noticed that the most successful people in the world, whether that's as a husband, a father, an entrepreneur, a businessman, they're always the most curious. We need to learn to ask more questions. We need to be seeking knowledge all the time. Always be curious. Curiosity is the secret weapon of all great leaders and all great learners. All right, action step for you. I want you to ask more questions. Read, listen, seek information daily, seek answers daily. For me, it's reflecting on my quiet time as I read the Bible. I do that every day. It's a non-negotiable for me. I'm spending time in my Bible every single day. I turn on worship and I go to prayer. My prayers are very gratitude driven. As soon as I open my eyes, the first thing out of my mouth immediately is thank you, Jesus, for another day to see and hug and hold my family. We have to be grateful. We have to seek answers every day. And for me, it's reading my Bible. And I would highly encourage you to read the Bible. Even if you don't know Jesus or consider yourself a Christian, there is so much wisdom in the Bible. And it is biblical truth. So go out and read the Bible, reflect on it, seek those answers every single day. Law 13, the law of modeling. Find a mentor to accelerate your growth. Success leaves clues. We need to follow those who have what we want. And maybe that's a particular lifestyle that we want, right? I would say find people that are living the life that you want and go surround yourself with them as much as possible. But, and this is a big but, if they don't align with your values and your morals, so they have the money and the house and the cars or whatever, those are not your people. Surround yourself with people that are living the life that you want, but that also align with your values and your morals. When I had Ed Milet on my podcast, he talked about hanging around guys that are walking around at 120 degrees. Because if you're walking around at 80 degrees, just being in their presence is going to lift you up. It's going to motivate you to be better. Get uncomfortable and surround yourself with those type of people. All right, here's an action step for you. I want you to identify a mentor. Maybe that's in person or maybe that's online. Maybe it's somebody that's living the life that you want or they have the things that you want. But I want you to study their habits. Listen to their podcasts, read their books, right? Check out their website. What things are they doing daily that you could implement in your life to get closer to your goals, your dreams, and your purpose? Law 14, the law of expansion. Growth increases capacity, not just knowledge. See, growth isn't just learning. It's actually taking action. It's actually applying what you've learned. The more that you grow, the more that you'll be capable of doing. And I believe the highest form of growth is giving back. It's helping people. It's guiding people down the path towards their goals, their dreams, and their purpose. Sometimes it's not about just, hey, give me a bunch of money so that I can guide you down this path. How about just helping people when they need help? Now I get it. Like we are all in business and we need to make money. So I'm not saying go out there and just do everything for free. But if you can help somebody accomplish something to get a big win or a quick win by just being the generosity of your heart, like help somebody out, that'll help you. So my action step for you on this law is to go out and teach someone something. Go help somebody who needs help with something that you are an expert at. We're all experts at something. Find somebody that you can help out and guide. Go do that for free. Law 15, the law of contribution. Growing yourself enables you to grow others. I talked about this briefly, but we have to understand that the greatest growth comes from helping others. Leadership is about lifting others up. Don't just use them as stepping stones to get to where you want to go, right? Lift them up. Jim Rohn, one of the greatest personal development guys, in my opinion, ever, said, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. Now, as we end this episode, I want you to remember that growth is a journey. Growth is a lifelong journey. And what we need to do is we need to start with those small, consistent daily actions, and we need to push ourselves as much as we can. We need to push ourselves beyond our limits. When we feel like we're giving up, when we hit that 100th push up, do the 101, right? If you feel like you got to make 25 phone calls, make 26, right? If you do one more, like Ed Milet's book, The Power of One More. Look, if today's episode resonated with you, if it inspired you or motivated you, I would highly encourage you to go out and pick up John Maxwell's 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth book. There's a link below in the show notes. You can just click on it. It'll take you right to Amazon where you can go pick that up. But it will be a game changer for you. It will be a life changer for you. I've read this book a couple times now and always going back to reflect on things as I'm continuing my growth journey. Let me know what law stood out to you most. Drop it in the comments, tag me on social media. I'm really curious to understand and know which law is relating and resonating most with my listeners. Hey, I want to say thank you for your time today. This is my first solo episode in a really long time, but I was fired up and I had to put this out. I'm super excited. And I hope that this episode resonated with you. I hope that you'll go out and share it. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channels. I hope that you'll connect with me. I respond to every comment, every DM. So if you have questions, shoot them over. Thank you for your time. Keep changing the world.